Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Mahaprabhu Nityananda, Mahaprabhu Nityananda. A very precious moment to all of Krishna conscious soul searcher, those who are walking on the path of Krishna consciousness, trying to search the conscious life. This audio recording is about the topic called The Life is an Idea. This topic is about that life is just an idea. The meaning of this topic is to tell that when we see life in many forms on this earth, on this planet, and also we foresee that there must be so many lives out there on some other planets. And when we talk about so many species living on this earth, so those species, and they are also going to die somewhere on some time. They won't be always living. And when something that is not in existence forever, that life somehow is like a dream. You live every day, but you have seen people going from this planet, and that means you will also go. And when something in this universe which is not forever, that means that is somehow an idea of the Lord. This life is like a dream of the Lord, of the conscious. Some people take meaning of the conscious as the Lord. Some people think that when they don't want to understand the conscious, they say that it is God, that conscious is God. But conscious is also somehow understandable. You can understand the conscious. That what does conscious mean? Because saying that conscious is God, that means that God is some magical power, and that magical power have its own miraculous mind, and that God is not understandable. Think of something that when we say life is an idea, because you see it, I see this life, you see this life. Like this an audio recording, this video recording, you see it, but do you really see this life? We have to see out there in the universe, because if this life is happening on this planet, and this life is happening somewhere else too, like in some animals, in some trees, in some birds. So what you think of yourself, like how you can achieve the conscious soul, how you can achieve the conscious mind. The conscious mind is not predictable. That conscious mind is not somehow directly given to us, because the conscious mind of that Lord Krishna Chaitanya, that conscious mind watches us, within us, from us. Like if you see that I am opening this service, I am like a mind now, sir. Or that I know that what I am saying, and when I try to react to my mind, I open my eyes. But the one who is seeing through this eye, I cannot say that is me. because saying that I am watching that is not particularly true. And how it can be true? How you can make yourself? And how, when you have not made yourself, then this means someone else has made it. And when someone else has made it, why someone else who made it won't be using it, won't be using this life? Like we eat food, we eat some material to live this life, and those are not made by us. However, we try to grow them, or that is life, and that is not made by us, that is given to us by life. And when we call the God, we can call it conscious. When we call God, that God must be like something, the God must be like some power, that He does not need to work along with us. God doesn't need to see us. But reality is that life is of conscious. That is the conscious idea of the life, the very universal life. That is not some God, that is conscious. Because if you want to achieve some soul of that Lord Krishna, Chaitanya consciousness, you have to understand that conscious life. Mean to say that what I am trying to say you, I am not trying to say you, I am trying to say to the conscious. Conscious within you is watching, conscious within you is listening to it. You can call it God, but calling it God, because God is not someone's property, but consciousness is yours. You can achieve that consciousness. And when you can achieve something, that becomes yours. That consciousness is yours. So when we put everything in some kind of Godhead, we say that God did it, God did it. God is like a throw. We want to throw the life in a word called God. But God is not some kind of product. God is not some kind of stone. God is not some kind of idols that we worship. Because God is, for a living thing, God is life. The life that we breathe, the life that we understand. And if that life is not conscious, that God is watching, God is living, then who is just dreaming about you? Then who is having an idea of you, that what you do? You have everything, but you don't have to be looking for God. You have to be looking for the conscious, because conscious in this universe is forever. The conscious that is part of us, that is a part of every other thing and every other living being. Understanding won't make it easy, because understanding is also with the mind. But utterly present, what is in abundance, the presence. And coming to knowledge of that presence, of consciousness, that conscious is present, that is called God. The universe is present in abundance, but that conscious is not present in abundance. That consciousness can be only within you, through you. We are discussing it, and life out there want to be discussed. That life in the universe, that is of intelligence. That life, what we live in this earth, we just leave the body into some work of action of routines, but we never try to understand, because when we try to understand it with the logic of God, so God is like wholesome of it, that it's a God, wholesome of God, the life is God. But when we want to take something out of the God, what we want to take? We want to take the liveliness, the consciousness, the understanding, the intelligence of life. We want to take it. We don't want to take the intelligence of machines, of mind, of calculative mind. We want to take the intelligence of life, that how we can be more joyous, how we can more happy, we can be more conscious about our souls, our lives, so that this earth is more useful to everybody. It's also useful to us and also useful to everybody. We don't want to throw it to the God. That's why we want to join the Krishna consciousness. We want to understand the Krishna. And when we say Krishna the Lord, you won't even think of your saying that Krishna. You might have received a lot of money, but that money you have done out of your work. That is a separate thing. The luxury you have achieved, that is your achievement of this physical world, of material world. But when we say that you have to achieve something of consciousness, the life that cannot die, the life that is always there, the conscious that is within you. So consciousness must be attained, not gained. When you try to gain something, that means it has some limitations. And when you try to attain something, that is called presence. And that, when we talk about that have no limitation. And when consciousness is not limited, when the life of Krishna is not limited, that means it is forever. And what is forever must not be your idea. In your idea, if you see your idea, is this your idea? No, it's not your idea. It is the conscious idea of soul, the Lord Krishna consciousness. So if you can see the Lord Krishna consciousness idea, then you must praise it. And if you don't praise it, then it means you do not care about it. And when you do not care about the consciousness, that means you do not care about anything. Either you join the consciousness and either you understand it or you don't understand it. So do not worry about the others. Those don't have any idea of that. Those are just walking through it. You want to come on one-on-one with it. You want to live in this and live there too. That means you in unconscious also want to live the conscious life. That is called the Lord Krishna Chaitanya consciousness, where if the Lord is sleeping, even then Lord is not sleeping. Even in the unconsciousness, his consciousness is so strong that he can be both at the same time. So that was again the logic of the Lord. When we try the consciousness of life, that will be larger and larger and larger. Till then, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.